welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Sarah and I am the Woodland Witch. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about something that is really important to me and my craft personally. Over the years, my craft has shifted immensely, especially after becoming a mom. So what we're going to be talking about today is 5 ways to maintain a magical home. Hearth and home witchcraft is such a core part of my practice personally. I found after becoming a mom and deciding that I was going to stay home with her and start homesteading, that the way that I was kind of practicing my craft before just wasn't working for me anymore. And not only that, I kind of found it hard to keep up. Becoming a parent is a full-time job and it has been one of the most incredible things that I've experienced. But finding that balance of practicing and keeping up with the day-to-day was really difficult for me, and that is when my practice began to shift. I began searching for magic in the mundane and searching for a way to kind of mesh this new role that I had acquired of being a parent, as well as still keeping something that was so personal and important to me. So I wanted to share with you today some of the ways I keep my home a magical dwelling and enchanting space. The first thing that I really like to do when moving into a new home is connecting to the spirits of the home. You can do this in a lot of ways. We were fortunate enough when moving into this home that it was already empty, so I had plenty of time to come in here and kind of speak to the spirits of this home, get a good feel for the energy of the space. And not only that, but I got the opportunity to state my intentions to the spirits of this place. Every home has a history, and we're just a blip of it. So it's always really important to me when coming into a space to state my intentions, introduce myself, speak of my family and what my intentions are here. And that is exactly what I did moving in here. One of the things I also like to do for these spirits is to dedicate offerings, whether it is a small piece of bread and a glass of milk, or even just caring and nurturing for the home as you normally would, and dedicating those acts to those spirits, showing them that you have a respect and a care for this place, and show them that you're going to take care of it. I think that's a really good way to build a relationship with those spirits and to really just be able to coexist. Like I said, we are just a little blip in the history of this home, so I wanted to make sure that I wasn't stepping on any toes when coming in here, and that we could have a mutual and respectful relationship as we all reside here. So far, I would say the spirits in this place seem very good. I do feel very safe here. I have felt that way since moving in. I have felt just a calmness and a peace here. We learned a little bit about the families that lived here prior to us, and it was always a family home. And so that energy still radiates in the space as we raise our daughter and have our family here. I do like to talk to my home as a being in itself as well. I say good morning, I say good night, I say thank you every day for protecting us, for giving us a safe haven and a space to call our own. I think fostering that relationship is a really good way to bring magic into your day-to-day life and feel that connection to spirit, and approaching it from an animistic point of view of seeing this dwelling as a being that is not only taking care of you, but you're taking care of it. It's definitely a relationship to be nurtured, so that is something that I really try to prioritize. Another way to keep a more magical home is to set up a home altar. Now, for me personally, I have altars all around my home for different intentions and different things. That's one thing I've kind of learned on my journey in witchcraft is this is my sacred space, but that doesn't necessarily mean it has to be everybody's sacred space. I've started creating more intentional spaces, having an altar for different things such as my ancestors, and altar in the middle of my home that I've dedicated to Briid. I think it's a really good reminder of the magic that is surrounding you and of your craft in your day-to-day. So often I am asked how I keep up with my craft, how I still continue to find balance in being a mother, and it wasn't always easy. Like I said, it was definitely something I had to learn. But being able to have these spaces as I walk around my home and being reminded of my ancestors and of the spirits that I work with, it really brings that sacred element into the home itself. And it helps me feel surrounded and connected to my craft on a daily basis. Now, like I said, I have different altars for different things. You don't have to do that. It's all about accessibility and adaptability. If you just want to utilize one windowsill in your kitchen or in your bedroom, that is completely fine and okay. Even if you just place a candle on the center of your kitchen table and dedicate it to the spirits of your home or to the home itself, it's a really good physical representation of your craft and your practice, being able to see these spaces every day. I also have a glamour altar here behind my camera setup, and that is where I speak affirmations to myself. That is where I do my self-love workings. I charge all of my oils there, and it's just a little space that I can come to, that I can be reminded of my worth and feel empowered. Like I said, it's just a really good way to connect a physical space and this physical dwelling with your personal and spiritual practice. My craft is really about living intentionally and living purposefully in my day-to-day life and finding magic in the mundane of things that I am already doing every day. So one of the most regular things that I am doing on a day-to-day basis is cleaning. Cleaning and cleansing your home regularly is not just about fostering that relationship with the home and with the spirits that reside here. It is a good way to show that you care for the space and that you have a respect for it. Cleaning and cleansing is really good for also setting intentions in the home. I clean very intentionally. I craft floor washes and sprays that are made with specific ingredients to set specific intentions into my home. I think we're all cleaning every day. I hope we are. So that is something that was very accessible to me, that I wanted to put a witchy spin on. When you're cleaning with intention, you are consistently setting those intentions over and over, which is really good for keeping the energy of a space intentional and purposeful. And this affects everybody in the home. There are so many ways that you can clean your home intentionally. Sprays, floor washes, you can add things to your laundry. When you're mopping, doing sigils on the floor, you can do a simmer pot, you can utilize that water as a floor wash as well, or clean your doors with it, and this spreads the intention throughout the entire home. Those are all really effective ways to keep magic flowing in your home regularly. Kitchen magic is also really great for spreading intentions to those who are residing in the home. I really enjoy kitchen magic because it is accessible and it is adaptable. Since I had a garden this year, I really tried to observe the vegetables and foods that I was growing to really get a gauge on the properties of these ingredients that I was going to be using in my kitchen. For instance, zucchini. Zucchini is strong, it's resilient, and it is plentiful. It took over pretty much an entire garden bed. It provided food for us 4 months. And it's still producing. We got a lot of rain this summer and it did really, really well. It was pretty resilient to it. It just kept growing and kept producing. So when I cook with zucchini, I like to really add intentions of resiliency, strength, and abundance to our meals. And I can spread these intentions into the whole family. I also like to cook with certain herbs that may correspond with my intention. That's one of the things I love about kitchen magic, is you probably have something in your spice cabinet that is going to help you bring forth the intentions you're trying to set. Plants are another really good way to call forth magic into a space. They can be used for protection and warding. They can be used for good luck. Snake plant, really resilient, really strong, really defensive, really good for keeping as a ward in the home to repel any negative energy. Pothos is very abundant. It grows very quickly. It's also a tad bit dramatic. When my pothos hasn't had water in like a couple of days, it will droop and it gets really, really sad looking. It reminds me to nurture myself and to care for myself, especially when I'm feeling some type of way and I don't know what the cause is and I just feel all bleh. I can look at my pothos and say, hey, let's do a little self-care. We probably just need a reset. And as soon as you water that pothos, it's perked up. It's happy, and sometimes we need a little boost like that. So look up the correspondences of any plants that you buy or that you want to keep in your home and start building a relationship with them. It's a really great way to set intentions into a space and like I said, having a physical reminder of your craft and your practice and the magic that surrounds you every day. All right, everyone, those are some of my tips for keeping a more magical home. It's really about living purposefully and living intentionally and viewing the things that you're doing every day in a different light, seeing that you can imbue your magic into all things. I know things have been really hectic for me as of late. I am trying to get back into a regular filming schedule. I appreciate everyone who has been a major support over this last summer in regards to my own health as well as my mother's. I am doing the best that I can and we are making the most of our time. But as always, thank you all so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one.